Blog Talk Radio.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are live on Loudmouth Radio. It's an awesome time to be on air, and as always, we are so glad that you chose to take this time to listen in to us. If you are listening in on your phone, please dial our studio line at 347-826-7520. I probably said that a little fast, didn't I? 347-826-7520. Good morning, good morning. This is your Loudmouth Radio host, Sunny. And, this is a tea time moment, right? I have my coffee being prepared during tea time. How cute is that, right? And if you're listening to us online, we're going to open up our chat box so you can have opportunity to chat with us if you're not able to call in. Our actual on-air podcast is live at blogtalkradio.com/loudmouthradio. Make sure you put the 2 Ds in there, so that we knew that you want to talk with us. And just hit the 1 on your keypad if you do decide that you want to call in. And as always, we're so fortunate and so appreciative being on air. Tea Time is actually the Entrepreneur Academy, a beautiful project we've been running now for over 5 years on our radio network. And we don't take it for granted, having the opportunity to connect with some incredible entrepreneurs from around the world who is destined to do some great things and who is already making an impact in their communities. And today we have a very special guest right out of the metro area of Atlanta, where they're headquartered, Investors Academy. I want to make sure that if you do decide that you want to talk to us, 347-826-7520 while we're on air live, do hit the 1 on your keypad. We'll see that you would like to engage, and we'll bring you on live. Now, for those who may have had a first time listening in to us, we are available on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn, over 250 million active listeners through all these wonderful apps, as well as 7 million in-car dashboard listeners on StitcherRadio.com. So if you have not heard of Investors Academy, you're in for a wonderful treat. Let me give you a little bit of insight about our special guest who has had an incredible story in a very short period of time. And I say short period of time because she's still so young and has accomplished so much. Investors Academy is a worldwide academy that has a goal to help other entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs discover independence and flexibility by developing system tools, educational platforms, and coaching programs that helps to accelerate new and existing real estate investors in business, as well as their recent launch on the nonprofit side of the Investors Academy, which is a youth advocacy outreach program. Now, what's wonderful about the actual Investors Academy is they have courses that are designed to teach students basic fundamentals of real estate, investing in business, and it's suitable for academic and non-academic scholars. The blueprint that we're actually talking about describes the exact buying process, financing techniques, analysis tools that you'll use for purchasing, whether it's for profit and wealth building, to streamline investment income while you're actually making your purchases and investing and producing real estate. The great thing is the instructors are seasoned real estate professionals, hard money lenders, business owners, and all of this is from the beautiful mind of the Investors Academy founder, Ms. Montre McKenzie, who has always visualized being a successful real estate mogul and entrepreneur, and at the tender age of 19 purchased her first home, which sparked a burning desire to explore the world of real estate. Now, Ms. McKenzie is a natural go-getter, and you're going to find out more as I allow her to speak, and she's going to brag on herself some more. So for those who are listening, let me furthermore introduce Miss Queen Flip, quick flip queen of the South. I was making sure I wanted to make sure I said that correctly. Montre, good morning, honey. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you. I want to start off by thanking you for inviting me to your show. I'm doing well
Absolutely.
This morning.
Welcome,
yes,
darling.
ma'am.
It is my complete pleasure. Girl, you see how the quick flip tried to catch me? I was trying to get the quick flip queen of the South and got it out so fast, girl, I got flipped on my own flip, okay? Today's May 8th. We're already mid-part of the year in 2019. And I know you've been busy. Okay, I know you've been tremendously busy, and I know you heard a little bit about me talking about your foundation and the Investors Academy for-profit side. I want to allow you to kind of open up the airwaves of our listening audience and introduce and give more insight about your amazing story. She has an amazing story, guys. I'm going to tell you right now, grab your popcorn, grab your coffee, whatever you need to get comfortable. I'm about to light my incense, whatever I got to do. Because I want to say, sweetheart, that the moment I met you and you started sharing your story with me, I was like, okay, this chick is an incredible person, and she's making some moves that the world needs to hear. So if you would be so kind to oblige us, honey.
Okay, absolutely. Where do you want me to start? From the time I started investing?
Yes, I think that'd be. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Yes, I started investing into real estate at the age of 19 years old. My mom always drove me to get out there, so I bought my first house at 19, and that ended up turning into like a rental property. I had some great mentors around me that was already in the real estate industry and in the mortgage industry, so that was an inspiration for me to get started. So after I bought my first property, then it went to buying multiple properties, and let's see, probably by the age of 29, I owned over like 15 properties, all affordable housing in that nature. So let's see, probably around when I was 25, I started, working with my mentors and seeing them, in the real estate industry, flipping houses, things of that nature. That's what inspired me, and they pushed me out there to start, flipping houses and things of that nature. So as I was in the field flipping houses, that's when I went into the office and was trained on being a mortgage broker. Okay. So so what I was doing is just brokering all my investor loans and stuff like that, and I was flipping houses on the side and mentoring other up and coming investors, showing them the ropes on how I got started. Because when I got started during the height of the real estate, 2004 up until 2008. So I was just thrown out there, but it was a learning lesson because I stumbled across some roads. I took some bad investments. I lost some money, and I gained a lot. I don't have any complaints. Yeah, I don't have any complaints, but just going through everything, what I went through as an up-and-coming freshman investor, that's another reason what motivated me to start the Investors Academy, where I can train, other investors, showing them the ropes, making sure that they don't, stumble across the same mistakes that I did as being, in startup investor. So
absolutely,
yes. So the Investor Academy program, that's pretty much what we do, is train investors on how to invest in real estate, all the way from the beginning to the end. We'll hold your hand, finding a house, how to find a house, how to start the rehab and where to where to go to obtain your finance and things of that nature. So we also offer a lot of programs here at the Investors Academy. In addition to real estate investing, we offer real estate rehab and one-on-one. I am a Go Green builder, certified Go Green builder, so I have knowledge on the rehab process. But what I'm currently getting into is new construction, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, I just I'll show you how to rehab your first home, what to expect, all the way from the beginning to end, finding the house, getting your permits, finding, certified good contractors, pretty much project management type work as well.
Absolutely. I was just about to say you're the full Monty of project management from that perspective. So one of the interesting things, too, if you could elaborate, I remember you sharing some of the programs that you have. Like, I know that you also got some types of certifications and stuff like that. And can you explain how those all tie in with what you're doing?
Right.
With the programs that you're offering too.
Okay, absolutely. I'm a certified Go Green builder, so that can tie into showing you how to build your first home, showing you how to rehab your first home, things like that in that nature, and just the whole building construction phase, what to expect, because my long-term goal is building a subdivision. I am currently taking the carpentry program at Atlanta Area Tech currently. So I'm very hands-on with my work.
Awesome.
So
and for you, yes, I was going to say, you also, so Investors Academy is also offering, what was the construction or some of the, oh goodness, I can't think of what you call it, the
rehabbing?
Like the rehab, like it was some type of certifications or something like that you mentioned.
My Go Green builder certification.
Right, but there's some additional courses that they can go through you to also obtain, right?
I'm sorry, say that again.
With your Investors Academy, I remember you were sharing with me some certifications you got in construction, and then there were some other courses additional too that you were offering that was set up, I guess, for like the business funding, the G Pro certificate. That's the building green one that you're talking about, the green professional building. Training.
Right.
Can you elaborate a little bit more on that? I think that's one of my questions I was asking about the building green. Like, what is that? What does that all encompass?
Yeah, well, the Go Green builder is pretty much they're big on that on the West Coast. Like, if you want to build your house with all green, with all green building materials. If that's something that you want to do, I am certified in that arena. Where, I have access to certified builders, all general contractors, and they'll be actually certified, with all the education and all the tools and building materials to be able to actually build your house the Go Green way, completely Go Green.
Right.
Now, the Investors Academy, as far as the other programs that we do offer within to the young entrepreneurs, we have the real estate rehab in 101, the credit repair and rebuild in 101, and branding your company 101. We'll educate you on stock trading and business growth, and again, the real estate investing 101.
Nice. So I know that you recently acquired a resource center, and I wanted to ask you to kind of elaborate more on the advocacy outreach program too.
Okay.
How all that ties in together.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So what I did was one of my investment properties that I've owned since '06. I've owned it and held on to it, and I kept it as a rental property and everything. So within the last year, what I decided to do was make a sacrifice and make it a community resource center where we provide, resources. We have a veterans outreach program and we have a youth outreach program. What we're going to be doing with the youth outreach program is we're going to be teaching them construction trades. I partner up with the Atlanta Technical College, which is my
That's
instructor.
what I was trying to remember. Okay, the Atlanta Technical College. Okay. I remember there was something that was dealing with the construction side. Okay, go ahead.
Yep. So what I did, my instructors that's over the carpentry program at Atlanta Area Tech, I partner up with them, and they're actually a part of my program where they're going to come in and teach the youth some construction trades, something that they could be able to apply out into the real world, and hopefully one day become, entrepreneurs, things like that in that nature. Now, if they want to get certified, like if they want to take the carpentry program or take the construction management program, that program gets you prepared to be a general contractor. Then that's when we'll help them get in the actual college where they could take the course and graduate and and be certified in it. So.
Nice. How long was that program for?
Well, the general contracting program, that's like 6 months. And the carpentry program is like a full year. And the reason why it's a year because it actually educates you, and we're hands-on in that program. It shows us how to build a house from the ground up, all the way down from, laying the foundation, So, right. So, in addition, back to the youth, as we train them construction trades, what I'm getting ready to do is a summer camp where I collab with the Habitat for Humanity. So they'll be able to utilize some of the hands-on training and get out there in the field with me with Habitat, because I volunteer with them as well, and help build some houses, and that'll kind of give them that hands-on experience, actually out there doing it in the field and working with, obtaining community engagement, working with these other nonprofits and helping out, in the community.
Awesome. I love it. Wow. So for those, I wanted you to elaborate on that because, there's people that may listen to this program and hear some areas that they have interest. And, real estate has such a vast opportunity of levels of things to get involved in, whether it's from the building side, the rehabbing side, the lending side. You may you may even want to be a lender, a hard money lender. You may want to just have opportunity where you can have some money stacked into a property where you can have investments and have residual income.
Right.
You may decide you want to be an appraiser. You may want to be a general contractor, like you mentioned. Just no limitation of entry, right? One of the things I want to ask you too, sweetie, do you guys have the opportunity? I know that in Atlanta, let's just be honest, that there's a lot of people that may have had past issues with their backgrounds and stuff like that. So when some of the programs you're mentioning, is there opportunities for people maybe to have some bonds, or can you help them to get themselves in a position to get bonded to be able to maybe enter into, you get these trades to where you can open up your own business, but then there may be some companies that you may, because, Atlanta is skyrocketing right now when it comes to development, commercial and residential. Yes. So, somebody's had a background issue and maybe they had a prior record or something like that, and they want to be able to get fully gained employment. Do you know anything about the process to help them with bonding?
Well, actually, it just depends on what they're getting bonded for. If I come in contact with someone that has a record, and I educate a lot of my employers that don't know this. If you hire a federal convicted felon, you're gonna get an $800 or $900 tax credit. You see what I'm saying? But upon release, upon release, that person who has the background can go to the Georgia Department of Labor and get bonded insured through Department of Labor.
That's very true. I do know about them. That's awesome. Yes, I did not know about the $8,900 tax credit that would go to the company, to the employer.
Absolutely, it's a credit.
Nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Good incentive.
Absolutely, and a lot of employers don't know, but I try to educate them and stuff like that, and the ones that afraid to hire a convicted felon. But what I'm running across is a lot of some employers are pretty much open to people who has a felony, and it just really depends on the level and kind of felony that they have. But yeah, as far as the bonded and insured, they could go to the Department of Labor and get bonded and insured, and that'll cover that employer in case anything do happen, like if the worker steal from the cash register, and they get fired, the bonded and insurance.
Right, or something happens.
If something happens, they'll be covered in that nature.
Exactly.
But as far as being a general contractor and get bonded and insured through that, I don't really know if they worry about your background.
That would be something more individual, right? Because when you're when you're the GC, you're the head honcho in that practice. It's just like I would think with the GC that it would be their own responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah, you're responsible for that project.
Exactly. Montre, let's take a quick commercial break, honey, and we're going to come right back and continue our conversation with Investors Academy of Atlanta.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network. Insurance Associates Atlanta, formerly Mathis Insurance Services, is an independent agency offering personal, commercial, life, and health insurance products to meet the needs of your business and your family. We specialize in helping you protect all of your assets, whether you're purchasing insurance for the first time or searching for better products at a better price. Feel free to contact us at 770-483-0310. We're conveniently located at 1030 Remington Drive in Conyers, Georgia. Visit us online at insurance-iaa.com. You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.
Ladies, are you looking for the next best find? Don Shea Shoe Teak will bring out your inner glam. The lady herself, Miss Don Shea, is dedicated to providing you with the latest in Hotlanta fashion footwear. It'll make you stand out at every event. In addition to our amazing prices, we are the go-to source for high fashion footwear. So stop by and shop online. We're sure to have the right shoes for you. www.donshay-shoes.com. That's www.donshay-shoes.com. Don Shay's is the only place you can go to still be sane and have a sure side.
Recent auto accident, back pain, neck pain, stress, headaches? Ewing Chiropractic can help. Here at Ewing Chiropractic, our office utilizes an approach of pain relief measures for the treatment of auto accidents, slip and fall, sport, and on-the-job injuries, as well as acute and chronic pain. We can be reached at 678-586-3592 and located at 5459 North Henry Boulevard, Suite C in Stockbridge, Georgia. Healing the injured one spine at a time. We can be reached at ewingchiropractic.com.
All right, we're back live, and we're live on air with Investors Academy out of Metro Atlanta. Before we went to commercial break, we was just having an in-depth conversation about the opportunities, the abundant opportunities to thrive into the investor side and connecting with Investors Academy to get support and direction for real estate investing, as well as the Investors Academy Youth Advocacy Program. So I remember you were saying the Resource Center has opened up. Could you share with our listeners what they could experience in regards to coming to the Resource Center and what they can get from it, and connecting or partnering up with you guys for the actual Resource Center, and actually give the physical address of the location too, if you would, too, babe.
Okay, absolutely. The physical address is 122 Howell Drive, Howell Drive, Southwest. It's very important that you put that Southwest in, because there's another Howell Drive over there in East Atlanta. So 122
yes.
Howell Drive.
You know Atlanta's notorious. You better put Southwest, Peachtree Road, whatever.
Yes,
we're the one city that have all these streets and roads and avenues. You got to put it in directions.
Absolutely. So real quick, 122 Howell Drive, Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30331. It's a community resource center. What we're doing is I am actually collabing with the juvenile justice system, where we, training all the inmates coming out of incarceration, helping them enter back into society. So I have a clothing closet there at the facility to provide clothing to them. And I am a food bank, of food pantry. So if you are in need of food, feel free to reach out. And pretty much so what we're going to be doing at the Resource Center is, providing resources to the community, life skills. If anyone need help with resume writing, we have instructors that come in with that tutoring. We help the senior citizens in the community, the ones that need rehab, work on their house. I get them signed up with the Habitat for Humanity, because they have a program for the elderly and the veterans and stuff like that. So we just provide all the resources to pretty much help individuals be self-sufficient. So that's our mission, definitely. Youth and adults and the elderly and veterans.
So for those who may have interest in trying to deal with the pantry aspect, is there certain days that you guys offer the food pantry, or how does that go?
It's pretty much right now by appointment only. I'm waiting on a pending. I have a pending contract with the Atlanta Food Bank. So once they approve that process, then I'll probably be open to the community 3 days a week, probably Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And we'll just see how people start flowing in. If we need to be open 5 days a week, we will. What I'm doing is, gathering up volunteers. I have volunteers coming from everywhere right now, so they can help volunteer with the food bank, and just give me a call. I'm here. The services will definitely be needed.
Yeah, I know that's right. So for you guys, it's been a process of just constantly working to put different programs and platforms in place. Sweetie, how long have you guys been working at just getting to the point of where you are now? What's kind of been the timeline for you?
I actually
for
started
Investors Academy itself.
I started probably like 2 years ago. I just started. Well, yeah, I started the nonprofit side about 2 years ago, but I actually just jumped out in the community, let's say last year, close to Christmas time. Well, actually close to the holidays when I was doing all my turkey drives and having toy drives and things like that in that nature. So I had to find the right time to jump out in the community and get the facility up and running where it needs to be. We're not all the way there yet. I'm trying to get some donations for some computers. That way,
Speak it, honey. Speak it out loud. What you need? Tell them what you need.
Yeah.
Computers.
Yeah, we're trying to get some donations for some computers. That way we can, when people need help with, with the new technology, with what's going on, we could be able to provide that and just have some computers at the facility.
Right.
For resumes, you're helping out with resumes, even helping out with your homework and stuff like that and that nature, because we also got a summer program where they can actually come after school and get some assistance with tutoring and, homework, etc. So we're, just waiting patiently till some funding or donations start pouring in. We're 98% invested right now. So
that is awesome. So for you guys at this point, what is the next level goal of direction for Investors Academy for the profit and the nonprofit side?
Well, for the profit side, my goal is to educate as many people as possible. What we're trying to do. Well, our major goal is to get a school. Level up to like an old charter school where we could be able to service over 5,000 to 1,000 individuals a month. That's our long-term, well, actually short-term and long-term goal. But yeah, just to help as many people as possible.
I love it. It's just, people are, one of the things that I notice about Metro Atlanta, and you're in a industry that education is key.
Right.
Advocacy is key, and I love the fact that you're working to catch our youth at a point of impressionable time period. Not to say that as adults we're not, because there's a different stage of desire. A lot of times when we age up to a certain point, we wanting the knowledge because we're so thirsty to gain it because of our experiences. We maybe have never owned a home or we've owned property. We understand the benefits of that. So then there's a desire to obtain the other side of it, going into an investor side. Some of us have just have been burned or have been renting for so long, and want to turn that corner. There's so many different reasons. But when like for you, you bought your first home at 19. For an 18, 19, 20-year-old, most of them are not going to necessarily be thinking about real estate.
Right.
They might not even have a knowledge of saying, okay, I'm going to be here in the next year. The beautiful thing is you don't necessarily have to be tied into the physical place that you own or invest into, but to be able to impression that mind at that point helps them to put them on the road of success, to know how important it is to own, and curve the demographical direction in which the majority of different cultures are experiencing the lack of home ownership or gentrification that's happening in other communities. So, for you guys at this point, how do you go about obtaining your youth, and what levels do you need assistance to gain more youth into your program?
How do we go about obtaining our youth? We have a collaboration with the Juvenile Justice Center.
Right, you did mention that.
Yeah, absolutely, and we have a collaboration.
So all of these are they all at-risk youth primarily when it's coming through that program?
Well, anything coming out of the juvenile, you would pretty much consider at-risk youth, but we don't only service at-risk youth, we service, all youth as well. One of our youth mentor, he's 11 years old, and he just created invention, and Shark Tank picked it up. You see what I'm saying? So we have youth helping the youth. Absolutely, we have youth helping the youth, educating. So we
and they need to see that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's that peer group. That's important, man.
That's motivation. That motivates
it is.
me.
Look, adults, that's motivating us adults. So I can imagine how, how much of an impact that can make on another child. And, we're in this age where our millennials, it's so funny. I remember Jazzy and I came across a new monopoly. I don't even know, have you heard of it? Monopoly for millennials.
Okay, never heard of it.
Girl, it's hilarious. The Monopoly for Millennials board game, and the concept, it was pretty much set up to be a game about capitalism, and the spin on it was, basically you can't afford real estate.
Okay.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me give you the tagline. It was something ridiculous that I saw. The point of the new game, rather than buying real estate, enjoy the experiences, because you can't forget real estate. You can't afford it anyway. That was the selling point on the box, saying that millennials are generational victims of the Great Recession, and that you don't have as many millennials buying properties. Now, you do also tie that into the craze of tiny home development, which, ironically, a lot of millennials are leaning towards, a lot of tiny homes. But it tripped me out that a game that's such a great educational tool with Monopoly totally took a spin on it, and said basically that you and a number of your friends can take turns rolling the dice for opportunity to buy and trade fictional properties and develop those properties into houses and hotels, with the ultimate goal of driving everyone else into bankruptcy.
Wow.
How about that?
That's interesting.
Very interesting. So instead of buying railroads with fake money, you can buy and trade the hottest destinations, which can range from your friend's couch to a vegan bistro to a week-long meditation retreat. So it's one of those things, like, what do I think about that? Because I can see a twofold of, like, my wife would be quick to say, you know what, we love to travel, we love to have experiences, but at the same time we do like to have a fine balance of having our own property too. But,
right.
Something like that kind of puts a mixed signal in the air of, where do I put my direction or train of thought? You know what I'm saying? And what does that say about our generation, actually our generation and our generation before us, who have put a lot of the anguish of what we went through from the recession. But what does that say about, real estate, obtaining real estate, and what they consider to be the game of obtaining real estate and investing? What's your thoughts on that? What do you think about that overall?
From previous discussions I've had with a lot of with this new era, this millennial era, is that when it comes to obtaining real estate, purchasing property, a lot of them are afraid because of the commitment. You see what I'm saying? They don't want to be committed. They don't want to be. They're afraid to be committed to that property because a lot of them like to move around. Whether it's from state to state or just move around from place to place. So I get the feedback that I get is that a lot of them are afraid because of those reasons. And they're not. They don't want the big houses, and a lot of them want to just stay like in a like apartment-based style, condominium-based style, space.
Exactly.
Versus, when I was growing up, well, I know a lot of my friends was homeowners that, around the same age as me. We wanted the big house and, big backyard, things of that nature.
Isn't it amazing how much of a difference it is?
Yeah, it's surprising.
It's so surprising to me. It's like, okay, what are we setting up for our next generation to take on?
Right.
Or what are we encouraging? Are we encouraging to run from the commitment? You got to commit to, you have to commit to things. You know what I'm saying? That also kind of plays another. That plays into another aspect of attitude towards things. Not just real estate. Right? You got to have some staying power, some sticking power, right? And with what you guys are doing, I think is viably important to continue to pull youth, especially at-risk youth. Prime example, a lot of times at-risk youth have so much time on their hands they get into things that don't necessarily work out in their behalf, So why not take a day or a weekend and do Habitat for Humanity and partner up with Investors Academy and help build a home, right?
Exactly.
Or go to the resource center and take that time to come in and learn about different aspects of trade and stuff like that. So now, do you guys offer courses? Do you guys have a course load yet that maybe if they came in at a certain time that certain things, and this may be a suggestion if you're not doing it. You know how like Home Depot offers tiling courses and stuff like that? Do you guys kind of do things like that too?
We will eventually implement that in the program, definitely. Where they can come in and learn that, like how to lay tile, how to paint, because we wanna do stuff like that with the seniors, the veterans and stuff like that, and also the youth. So we're going to implement that as soon as I get all of my contractor schedule, and instructor schedules and stuff like that in that nature. It's definitely approaching soon.
I love it.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, honey, I had a cough. I didn't want to let that be heard all on air. So at this point, for you guys, how long have you been a 501c3 now?
Since 2017.
2017. So 2-year mark. Congratulations. Man,
Thank you.
It's so important, So for those who, are listening to this program now or later, the connection and opportunity to connect and partner up with Investors Academy, who is a registered 501c3. How can they connect to you guys? What would be social media, website? If you would, share your websites and stuff like that too, darling.
Okay, awesome. You can always reach me by phone, 470-599-7956 if you want to come out, see the facility, volunteer, etc. My website is www.investors, with the S on the end, academyyouth.com. www.investorsacademyyouth.com. Our social media is Investors Academy. We're on LinkedIn, and we're on Instagram as well, at investors.academy. And again, my address to the facility is 122 Howell Drive, Southwest, Atlanta, Georgia, 30331.
I love it. So for you, sweetheart, what can you share with our listening audience that's a goal that you have not yet achieved, that possibly someone in the community or corporation or something can help bring to light, no matter how big or small, to help propel Investors Academy to the next level?
Um. Well, like I mentioned earlier, that we are. My goal is to expand the program, and to be able to service more individuals, within my program. One of the goals that I haven't achieved as of yet was, the funding to be able to get that. So we're always looking for funding, so we could be able to expand our program, take it to the next level. We even, vans, we want to be able to provide transportation within our program, keep everything in-house. That's our goal. That's our goal.
Nice. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
I think for us, for those who will hear this, whether it be today, tomorrow, one of the questions that I think is always going to be so important to ask is, how can you get involved with a nonprofit? How can you, a lot of times people say, yeah, I want to do this and do that. Take action, contact,
right.
Get in the mix of things. There's always something to be done. There's always room to get your hands dirty. The Resource Center needs its own upkeep. It needs supplies. It needs computers, volunteers for staff. Even, this hopefully.
Mentors.
Say it again.
Mentors as well.
Mentors, yes. I was about to say, even if you don't have financial means, your time and your expertise and just taking the opportunity to connect and be there, be present, makes a huge difference. So I think at this stage of the game, you are doing some incredible things. The courses and stuff that you guys are offering, the training opportunities, and some things that they can gain and garner from this, like the Department of Transportation. I know it's a huge entity that is constantly in need of work. They're always working on roads and stuff like that. So companies and those, that's government, civic, companies and stuff like that, connecting with Investors Academy. And you do offer some online courses on your website. Please elaborate on those too.
Yes, on the profit side, let me give you that website. It's www.investorsacademy.info. You could go on that website to see all the courses that we offer, real estate investing, business growth, where we'll, educate you on finding business funding, providing you with resources, where to go, etc. So, we have a lot of different classes and one-on-one coaching classes as well that we have to offer. And again, that's www.investorsacademy.info. That's where you'll go on to see the information.
Awesome, sweetheart. I appreciate it so much for your time there. I think I
said my pleasure.
Absolutely. I was going to say, anything you would like to share before we conclude today that we haven't covered?
I think I pretty much covered everything. If anyone have any questions for me,
just hit you up. I think at this point, do you guys have any projects or anything, building projects right now that you guys are doing anything at this point?
Not at the present moment.
Okay.
I'm looking for a commercial building for because I provide transitional housing on the side, so I'm just trying to take it up a notch, obtain a small complex. So that's pretty much what I'm working on, but no building projects at the present moment.
Okay, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you, Sweet Pea. I think if anything, you guys know to get in touch with Miss Mackenzie. She's going to rock your world. She's the quick flip queen of the South. I keep giving the queen twice. Quick flip queen of the South. And check out our website, investorsacademy.info and investorsacademyyouth.com. And I appreciate your time, sweetheart. This has been a great informative aspect. Thank you so much. Get involved with Investors Academy Youth Advocacy Outreach Program. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Thank you so much, Montre. We'll talk to you soon, honey.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. All right. Bye-bye.
You're welcome, darling. All right, y'all. So we are so grateful for another opportunity to be on air to give you guys more insight of people working in the community, giving great business, great opportunities. Investors Academy is doing some great things. If you have an opportunity to hear this show from its beginning, feel free to share, connect it. Follow us on Facebook at Loudmouth Radio Network. We're also on Twitter at Loudmouth Radio. You can follow us at Loudmouth on Twitter, Loudmouth Radio Network, loudmouth.com. Just Loudmouth, all double D's, you'll find us. And if you would like to be a part of the segment, you can shoot us an email. Go to our website at loudmouthradio.com. Hit our contact page, send in your submission of requests, and we'll have somebody be able to get back in contact with you through our media department. And if you should want to have your opportunity of having your information circulated while we're on air as a media partner, you can also, in the subject line, send us a request on loudmouthradio.com for media information as a media partner of the radio network. And we are so excited about our growth. We're just continuing to push forward and doing more as we can. We are on air 6 years, going on our 7th season. Time is moving, ain't waiting on nobody. So what time better than now? Become a media partner with Loudmouth Radio and have your information circulated online as well as on our website and through our multiple platforms that we are circumventing into over 100 platforms of dynamic podcasts, reaching over 250 million active listeners. And as always, we're so grateful to be on air. We have some amazing shows coming up, so you can subscribe to all of our content, and that way it'll automatically plug you in when our new shows are coming in. And I'm also wanted to encourage you to connect on our Monday podcast that we are now just loading right into our platforms. Sunday's Monday Motivation, and that would be my own little piece that I'm giving to the platform for our listening audience to get their Mondays. You know, Mondays a lot of times people are grunging and hating their work weeks to start up, and Monday's opportunity to set forth the pace that you want the rest of your week to be. And so, you know, it all starts with the mind. And so I encourage you guys to listen in on Mondays, even if you do not hear it when it goes live at 7 a.m., for playback. You can listen to it at any time. It's all 24/7 on demand. Sometimes I listen to those shows a couple times in the course of the week because, trust me, you got to armor yourself and get your mind together and put your hat on for success. And we hope that we are empowering, inspiring, and entertaining you all in our platforms, the Loudmouth Radio Network. I also want to encourage you guys to if you have an opportunity, June 1st at the Marriott Airport Gateway, the Zeta sorority is reaching their centennial. They're going to be celebrating their 100th year as a sorority. Theta Phi Beta sorority has a Rising Star Talent Showcase, and yours truly will be a part of the showcase. I will be releasing some additional content this week along with other talent, other individuals that's taking part in the talent at the Atlanta Airport Marriott Gateway, which is at 2020 Convention Center, right near the airport, June 1st from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. It is a ticketed event. General admission is $50. And I'm so excited about this event. If you don't know, I actually do a supportive event every year with the Iota Eta Zeta sorority chapter indicator that has an annual scholarship fund to help send young ladies to college. And so they are taking that mission and incorporating it into a huge dynamic. They want to offer 100 scholarships for the 100 years that their sorority has been servicing their community, and they'll be celebrating their centennial January 16, 2020. So celebrity guest Cheryl Underwood, comedian and TV host Cheryl Underwood, who's also a Zeta, she was a former Zeta president in the national chapter, will be hosting this event, and there will be other celebrity guest judges from the music industry, radio, TV, professional sports, the political arenas. It's going to be a great mix, and you can get tickets. Go to Eventbrite and just put in the Rising Star Talent Showcase. It should pull up the event. You get an opportunity to get reserved seats for $75. And definitely come out and support yours truly. I will be cutting up, giving you some live comedy. And I'm looking forward to being a part of that event. And, you know, if you hadn't had an opportunity, like our Facebook page, we post and try to share all of these great things. Also, we wanted to mention Jazzy and I went to the opening of the Cab Calloway play at the Atlanta Theater in Hateville. It was an amazing production. So if you have not had a history lesson about Cab Calloway, this is your opportunity to see a wonderful talent showcase. The actors, the stage presence that these guys brought. We will be uploading that interview of that coverage and that content this week for those. And we also have tickets as a radio network for you to have an opportunity to go and see the actual show yourself. So we need you to hit us up at loudmouthradio.com, go to our website, request tickets for Cab Calloway in the subject line, and put your name, your email address, and your phone number in that submission, and we'll contact you, have you placed on will call to get your tickets right there at the show that's running from May 3rd to May 19th. So this weekend will be another 3 days, I believe, of a showcase of that awesome production. And that's with Impact Theater Atlanta as well, and the Atlanta Theater. And you've been listening to Live Off Radio. We thank you so much for being a part of our broadcast. We love you.
You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network. Sunny and Jazzy of Loudmouth TV is taking off with a brand new show, Off the Market, with its first season within the beautiful state of Hawaii, featuring some of the most sought-after areas of beachfront and inner island properties on the island of Maui and Oahu. Tune in to each episode with host Jazzy Jones-Smith as she talks to featured real estate agents as they showcase their open house listings to private homeowner tours where you just might find a house that you may want to take off the market. You're listening to the Loudmouth Radio Network.